Alright, what's going on, guys? King Kyle the Gentleman back with at YCS Indy.
Yep.
We're here with Lucas Johnson with
Drytron.
And what place did you get?
I got 51st. I did not have the record to make top 32. That was all X2s, so I was X1-2, so I was 1 point off. But I'm really happy with how I played, and I'm really happy with how the deck played. I mean, only one loss can kind of say something. The draws, one was unavoidable. The other one, I definitely should have scooped it up sooner and went to game 3.
Okay.
So that was my fault.
Still good. Still
really happy that I played, and I won on written feature round 11, so you can go read that on the Konami blog spot and see me beat Vanadium.
Alright, cool. Alright, let's get into it.
Alright, sweet. So, everything here is fairly standard. We got 3 alpha, 3 zeta, 3 delta, and 3 gamma with the 1 beta cuck. I just wanted another name, because sometimes I'd have games where I go through all the names, and I really need one more name to keep pushing, and also he kind of helps counteract Bistils, Shifter, and DD Crow. So he helped a little bit. Even against Runic, that was kind of nice. So he did a job. I kind of liked him. He was fine. For fairies, we got Choju as the primary normal summon. Basically searches both ritual monster and spell. Really crazy. I usually use it. I'll ritual summon Benten and then tribute summon this guy and get a search 3. So it's pretty nuts.
Okay.
And Manju's the backup if I can't really get to a tribute summon. And I didn't want to play Diviner because Diviner just takes up too much extra slots, loses to like Shifter, stuff like that. So Manju usually fits the bill. Only downside is you can't hit level 6, which can suck if you're trying to go for Benten.
Okay.
And the last 3 is 3 Orange Light. I think 3 was really good choice. Siding to go second, I usually cut it down to 1 because I didn't really like the Orange Light as an interruption. Because if I played into like Cold Buy or Talents, I would really get hit. So it's really just for going first. If you open one of these and your first search is Benten off Alpha, then you could just hit the droll right there.
Okay.
Also counters droll. Shifter. So, and then for ritual monsters, we have the 3 Bentens, the mandatories. Card is insane, not once per turn. 1 Natasha, also insane, also not once per turn. Basically wins me almost all my games.
Hate that card.
Yeah, card is crazy. And then we got the 1 Draquiditch. He's just really cool. His attack, stats, and skill. He's really good to play under droll and just all that stuff. And he's just a machine. Ritual, which sometimes comes up because you need to search him to use him as tribute fodder because your ritual spell needs machines. Okay. And the win condition of the deck is the Amber Factor Pain. So basically he got a errata in the Megatins. He no longer activates, so when he's ritual summoned, applied effect, you skip their main phase 1. The opponent does, and there's also a skill drain for Fusion, Synchro, and XYZ. So some people forgot that. They pick up the card, they read the main phase skip, put it back down, and then they try to like summon some, Fusion, Synchro, XYZ monster, use the effect, and I was like, cool, resolves negated. And they're like, oh crap.
Yeah, I never forgot. I hate that card too.
Yeah, card is insane. So the fact that I could basically skip main phase, and I'm going first, I basically skip their battle phase. So I can make things like IP and stuff, and they can't threaten it with running it over, which is really sweet.
That's pretty good.
All right, for spells. Play 2 Medionas. You need 2 because you search one with the 1 with Zeta and 1 with Choju. Choju has to search 1 ritual spell and 1 ritual monster, so you got to have 1 in deck. And then for other Drytron spells, we play the 2 Fafnir and 2 Nova. I like this ratio because Nova's a really good starter, and this is basically just 4 Novas. And this also could be like potentially a good for like sending off Droplet, and it's also a level manipulation, which can be decent against like any deck that really needs to Synchro or XYZ. Didn't really come up, but there was a chance it could have, but oh well. And then for more consistent cards, play the 3 Emergency, pretty standard. And then 2 Jack in the Hands, which is a little less known. So Jack in the Hand, you reveal 3 level 1s. Your opponent picks 1, you pick 1, last one goes back to your deck. They have to be different names. So usually they take my Alpha, and I'll take the next best one I need, and then I can follow up with a Nova Emergency to get my Alpha. So it's usually just kind of like if they're playing a deck like Curly or something that discards, like it's a free card for them. But for me, it's just added consistency. And then when they do get rid of that card, then I get that Drytron back.
Cool.
For power spells, for non-engine, we got 3 Talents. Going first or second, card is just strong. Always like it, and 3 Droplets. I'm glad that the Rise Art's gone, and Shifter, 1 left Shifter decks in the format, because Droplet is amazing with Drytron. It's a great card, and every time I saw it going second, it really helped me win the game. And then the 2 1-ofs is the Foolish and the Cold Buy. Busted card, probably ban it. Just good card. If they keep you off Benten, it can help get you back to it. Missing pieces, whatever. So Foolish Burial. That is a 43 card main deck. I don't think I'd want to change anything personally. Everything felt correct, so I'm really happy with that. I only bricked once because I drew no Drytrons.
Okay.
We'll go extra deck.
Yeah.
For links, we got the Anima, which I usually used to play Link Revo,
like
but we
it.
changed up the Anima as another interruption.
looks like
You go and start with him, try to interrupt something, and then you can go into a SP Little Knight to do more interruptions. And then other Link one is Link Revo. This was second Zeus for a while, but I wanted to play it safe in case there was people on Ibly Lock, whether I play against Sprite. Some Rescue-H versions can also do Ibly Lock, so I just wanted to be ready for that. Didn't ever come up, but you know, the one time it would, I would be pretty screwed.
Yeah,
so
I never played him anymore.
yeah, most people are usually good about not playing in the Anima, so it's kind of whatever. But when I do, it's a free steal, or at least a free, you know, bait out something.
Yeah, for sure.
For Link 2s, we got the Mirage Lights. Card's really good, Spell and Trap card or Effect Negate. Again, with the skip main phase, skip battle phase, basically. This card just chilling, not getting packed over. Also, if it does die by their card goes to the graveyard, I can add basically Ritual Monster and Spell back, or 2 Ritual Monsters or 2 spells. So that's really crazy. People forget about that sometimes, so really nuts. My other Link 2s, IP and SP. So IP is just a really good part of the end board. You go into SP Little Knight, get to banish something, and then you have it as another interruption. This card's crazy. I didn't have a lot of testing with the new cards, so when people drop this on me, it got really funky because when you have 2 SPs and rotate, when both players have an SP Little Knight, the person who activates theirs second is usually coming down on top because you have to banish both targets with this card for the second effect. Otherwise, if one leaves the field somehow, then you don't banish anything. So
yeah, like this card was like probably the best card for the event, honestly.
yeah, this card was everywhere. This card is really good. Best card of the set. Really gotta have a QC art because it looks really beautiful.
Yep.
Link 3 is just Unicorn. Can't really think of any better Link 3s I played for this deck. And he looks pretty, and he goes to Link Slime. And then for Link 4s, we got Access Code, which is, you know, for the Unicorn, and Appaloosa. Appaloosa didn't really come up all this event, but it's sometimes when you think you might get nibbed and you don't really have a way, like an orange light to play around it, you can just make this and they'll catch them off by guard, and then that's really good. Against obviously some decks are all like monster based. This card is really good too. So that was the theory on that. And then Link 5 is Goddess. So Goddess is just Goddess. With IP, you can take one of their monsters and summon Goddess and negate some more stuff. Also just like outing like Neuer and stuff like that. Card is really good. Never let me down. Making it with an IP2 is pretty cool because then it's like can't be destroyed and it's unaffected by effects that don't target it. So, but with the it's crazy. All right, XYZ. 2 movement of Fafnir, standard, mandatory. Nightingale is my choice over Fuko because it attacks directly, makes it easier to Zeus without having to lose materials, whereas Fuko you have to crash into something usually and then lose the material to protect itself. So I like Nightingale for that. Also, if you get drilled or shifted, you can make this in defense and their turn detached, and then you basically take no battle damage that turn, and she doesn't die by battle. So you pretty much just survive the turn and then next turn try again. And then for other XYZs, we got the Beatrice. So she's really there if you have 1 Drytron hands with a Benten. With Beatrice, you can basically full combo uninterrupted, so that's why she's good. And then the Zeus line. Zeus is Zeus. Very good card.
True.
Yeah.
Alright.
Side deck.
Side deck. I guess for back row removal, these cards they didn't really come up, but they're okay. They're for like anti-spell, labyrinth, whatever, flu. So we got Cosmics and Feather Duster. Just very nice chainable strong cards. Best card. One of the best cards right now is definitely Thrust. Thrust.
I think it was Will.
This powerful card, you know, basically grab anything. Since Drytrons have so many search spells, going second, I can just basically grab consistency cards, which is crazy. So for going second cards, obviously we got the Feather Duster, 3 evenly, 2 Dark Ruler, and then the 1 Herald of the Abyss for Curly. This never came up because I never got to see it with Tactics, unfortunately. I did play against 1 Curly, drew against that one round 1. This would have mattered a little bit, but oh well.
No.
And then 2 Dark Rulers. Dark Rulers is a good card. And then Evilly obviously just a crazy card.
Yeah.
He didn't let her resolve. The princess distributed it.
And then the last 2, these are thrust targets. We have D-Bear for basically like branded decks, Chimera, whatever. Any fusion deck, Pearly too. And then this is another like thrust target. This one, D-Bear's not as good. Sometimes I'll put in both, sometimes it's just this guy. So basically the idea here is if you open up Alpha and let's say like just, you know, another Drytron and you're suspecting a Droll coming, you'll make your, instead of searching Benten as your first search with Alpha, you'll search the Amifactor Pain, and then that way you can still, you know, distribute him, summon this, and then make the move Beta Feather, send the Virtual Spell, and summon this back, and then if you have Thrust, you can set this, so you skip main, skip battle, basically go draw, standby, end phase. So I only pulled that off once in the tournament, but it was really powerful, and it let me basically win that game. Yep, so that is the deck. Really happy with how it played. Matchups.
It was spinning.
You have my phone, so I don't know. But basically, my 2 draws. One was to Pearly round 1. I was going first game 3, time got called. I was trying to get Natasha. He asked Alpha, and he crowed my Benton that I hard opened when I tributed for Zeta. So I had no way to get to Natasha and gain life points, so we drew. And then I lost round 2 to Fluor under ease in time. Game 1, I made a judgment misplay. I had Droplet to chain to his little birdie summoned off Dreaming Town. I sent a Drytron that I haven't activated yet. I should have sent, I had an extra copy of Cyber Emergency that wasn't going to be used anyway. Should have sent that because he chained the quick play to dodge the droplet and was able to play the game, and then I couldn't come back from that.
There's no way I'm setting up interaction. I'll just go to kill you.
So that was that was my misplay there, and then I beat him game 2, and then game 3, he just won in time with the quick play spell, so it was barely on the clock. And then my second draw was in round 8 against Runic for Hire. Game 1 was very close. It was I was basically down like 3 cards in deck after he had slumbered me that turn, and he activated Flashing Fire to hit me for 2. And the only thing, if I chained, he had a little knight, I had a little knight. If I chained my little knight, I had a potential to like just get decked out basically and not, even not even turn. So I basically just did nothing, let him hit me for 2. And at that point, once you're at 1 card, you'd already tipped. They can only like Smiting Storm you, and I didn't think he's on Smiting Storm because I hadn't seen it yet. So because of that, I was up like 20,000 life points, and then like not 20, 2,000 life points. I was gonna be able come back and kill him pretty much because he had like no Sprite, no for hire stuff left, just Runic, and he burned a lot of it trying to deck me out. Yeah. And then game 2, he went first, did like the whole board. I tried to push through it. I started with like 3 minutes on the clock. I probably should have just scooped it away knowing I couldn't break it because I didn't draw like any good hard openings, and he had again like the whole shebang. And then could have tried to win in time game 3 with Natasha, but tried to play through it and win that way in time main phase, but could not get there. The board was fine. It's just he also had a hard drawn Bisteel as well, so that was unfortunate. And then so I won round 9. I was X1-2 at that point already, so I was pretty much out of contention, but it was a maybe, So then I went to day 2, my first day 2, and then I won round 10 against Rescue Ace. Played against 2 Rescue Ace in the tournament. It's a very tough deck. And then round 11, I was on the written feature and played against Vanadium and beat him. Cool. So overall, I'm really happy with how I played. I played against pretty much all relevant decks for the most part. I think the one least relevant was it was a Horus Runic deck that I played in round 9. But that's a very, very cool deck. I like the lab on it. I just had really broken hands basically. Yeah, and that's the deck. Feel free to ask any questions or anything. Yeah, this is Clean Kai and the Gents signing out.